Hello, darling. So, a story is told of a building that got on fire. So, this building was burned down and destroyed. But in that building, there were tons, gallons of ice in that room. So, this other, Frankie, he said that although this building had potential extinguishers, they were not in usable form. Unfortunately, that is how most individuals and sometimes churches, we are God chosen people, but we are frozen as it. Like we are not bringing, we're not in a usable form that we cannot bring light into our areas or even season. So Jesus calls us in 5, Matthew chapter 5, verse 13 to 20. Jesus calls us to be, he tells us that we are the salt of the earth and we are the light of the world. And again, he wants us about losing our saltiness. And also he wants us against hiding our light. What are the functions of salt? Why would Jesus maybe use salt? Salt does two things. It seasons and also it brings preservation. Imagine you in your company, you can be their preservation as to why the company is not being destroyed, or even in a community because of your saltiness of how you bring, you are a preservative in a certain area. In most of the Bible stories, at the end, kulikuwa na like eh, let me say remnants. They were, even if the world is wicked, there were some people who are remnants, and they caused other people to be preserved. So salt has that preservation and also seasoning. You bring flavor. Did you know that salt is among the five types of taste we have? So we have the sweet, bitter, and all the others. Salt is one of them. So you are to flavor. And the interesting part about salt is that you cannot see it in food, but its presence and its absence you cannot ignore. You know that this food has salt, this other food does not have salt. So the same way you are salt, you are to season in the areas in the environment you're called to witness for Christ. This can be vocally or through your how you live your life. So in those areas that we are in, the small areas, how do you like? Do people know that the difference between you being there and you not being there? So we are called to be seasoners, or add we add flavor to this, to the world and to the earth. So our purpose on earth is not to get used to the dark, but to shine as light. So as light again, essence of light is in darkness. So in dark areas, that is where you are needed mostly, not just in where there is light. But in dark areas or in dark times, that is when light is more significant or more important at those times. Don't just be a Christian for the sake of being a Christian. Be a Christian even in those hard times where you had to make tough decisions that are really going to have a distinction between the rest and you. That you're going to have a distinction that this is light and this other side is darkness. Yes. And with that, I wish you